Good morning, everyone. You know what I'm gonna ask, the first thing I ask every single time. Can you hear the mic? Does it sound okay? Look and see what your results are. Yes, tea time. All right. So the tea for the day, it was suggested yesterday. I'm sorry, I forget who did. This is Lady Grey tea. I appreciated the irony. So I thought today, no, Donnie, I'm not gonna ask that question. So, in my D20 cup today is Lady Grey tea. It's got a bit of a kick, and hey, Friday morning, so that would be good to have. Kills a lot. You can ask that question later on. So let's go over the schedule from yesterday. And in the morning, obviously, we had tea with me, and the cams are on. There was some good silliness with the programmers and their various toys, and some things you guys enjoyed talking about on the floor. We had a contest at 1:30 Eastern Time where we did lore questions, 10 lore questions, and their answers. You guys took some time to think about that, and we got some really good research, really good results, and that was announced that evening with Storytime with Max. We had a live Q&A with Mark, lots of good general questions. That was in the afternoon around 3:30. And then we had Tidings with Tyler, a fan favorite, where Tyler talked about art, and he talked about the places of power and all sorts of other questions that you guys were asking him. So if you missed any of that and you want to see it, you can go to YouTube, where I will link our channel, and all of it should be up there right now. So here's the channel. Same with today. So the things we're going to do today. Happy Friday, everyone. We're going to do this for a while, and then we'll turn on the office cams, and you'll get to see what we're up to while everyone's working for the crunch for Beta 1 as we charge forward to that. And later on in the afternoon at 1:30 Eastern Time, 6 o'clock UTC, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time, we have Piercing the Veil. And I don't believe that's been done live before. Generally, people will write in, ask their questions, and it will get published as a piece on the website. And Mark will answer your questions and pick the ones he would like to, and I will read them. So you'll get to hear what your answers are there. There's a thread in the forum called Piercing the Veil. It's under events and meetups, I think, in the forum section. So if you have any last questions and you want to throw those in, we'll see. And then later on this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock UTC, and 12 o'clock Pacific Time, we have Painting All the Things with Michelle. And Michelle's going to be painting some illustrative work for you. And then later on, there's a Friday wrap-up, which is at 6 o'clock p.m., 11 o'clock UTC, and 3 o'clock Pacific Time. So have you guys been enjoying the presentations? What's your favorite one? Tell me things in chat, so I don't talk at you the whole time. I know, yes, yesterday Mark had said that we are working towards a Friday night fight. Hopefully things go well. We're not promising anything, but there will be an update, and you'll get some info on that today. Now we're talking about Taco Bell. Wait for chat to catch up a little bit, but hopefully you've enjoyed things so far. This is day 3 of this week's live streams, basically 8 hours of live streams with you guys. You're pretty fixated on the tea. That's good. I'm enjoying my tea too. Bring out your devs. You like Bring Out Your Devs, talking to Rob and Bull. That was a fun one on Wednesday evening. All right, now we have a special treat for you today. Going to talk a bit about translation, which is an interesting topic I don't think a lot of people know about. You may have been familiar, and hopefully you are, with our website, which you can see here. Hopefully. Hello, window capture, come back to me. Well, let me see what's going on with that. That's odd. Anyway, you may be familiar with the website, which I'm going to link to you right now. And go back to me while we wait for that to work out. And on the website, you can see at the very top corner, there is a flag. Most people don't notice the flag, but if you click on the flag, you can go down and you'll see a French and a German flag, which you can choose from. So if the translator cam is not going to work, we're going to add it again. You can watch me do this for a minute. Here we go. you can see it again, because I want you to see the website. I want you to be able to see the hard work everyone's done. So, okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, so this is the website. You probably have seen this before, the video. It's a new one. It's our second redesign, I think, second, perhaps third, of the website. And there's lots of cool information on the game there. You can see all about the major points in the engine, and there's a stretch goals at the bottom. And so all this information here, the realms, the races, all of that, the classes, all about crafting, and all these guiding principles, core philosophies, all of this, lots of words here too. And in order for our German and French backers to have a chance to read these things too, we have a translation team made up of volunteer backers who've been awesome about trying to take all of this information on the website and moving it over to the French and German sites. Now you're going to see these are the previous version of the website. We haven't had a chance to update that because it's only been, I think, a month or so since the new website came out. But you can see so far lots of stuff there on the French site, and here is the German site as well. All the updates and news and everything like that. And of course, all the main headings too. Everything's translated. So they've done a great job. They've really been super active, and it's been wonderful to have their help. We certainly appreciate that greatly. Now, one of the ways that we work together, I mean, this is an example of the German translation Trello, not to be favoritism to the Germans or to show favoritism there, and not the French or the Italians. We're actually working with a great Italian section of the community to get a website up for them too. But this is kind of how it works. You can see there's to-dos, and then there's in-progress items, there's need reviews, here's all the info that's going on right now, and then special categories for the newsletter, and the ready to be posted and then posted. So everybody looks at this and they grab what interests them, and we just keep moving things over. And you can see there's a lot of stuff still here, but there's been a lot of stuff that's posted in the archives, which you can't see. So let's talk to some of our translators and see what they have to say about the process and about working with us and their thoughts about the game in general. So I'm going to go to Discord right now and move into...
C'est la mienne.
Hello, translators!
Hello.
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 Okay.
Thank you, Andoria, for rushing home to be a part of this. I appreciate it. And everyone showing up, because I know this is kind of an inconvenient time for Europe. I believe it's at 3 and 4 p.m., something like that. So probably not ideal for you guys, but I really appreciate you showing up and sharing all your information with the Tea with Jenesee section. So, okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna ask you some questions, and if you want to take turns and give the answers. So what interests you about Camelot Unchained, or basically putting it another way, why did you decide to support the game? Let's go in order of where you're listed on Discord. Doria, that makes you first.
Way. So, hello everyone and guten Abend an unsere deutschen Zuschauer. Well, I basically played Dark Age of Camelot since the open beta in Europe, and the second I saw Mark making a new game with a smaller indie studio, I jumped on the train backed during the Kickstarter and decided I wanted to do something for the game, and especially the German community. So,
Hey, thank you. So Master Nag, have you gotten your mic settled yet, or should we skip you?
I think you can skip him.
Okay, we'll go to Pimp My Brain. And same question for you.
Hello everybody. Yes. Bonjour à la communauté française présente. I start to play like Andoria 2002 or the beginning of Dark Age of Camelot in Europe. After in 2013 or the beginning of the Kickstarter, it was totally random or coincidentally to find Camelot Unchained, who was up for this Kickstarter. It was the first time I was in Kickstarter too, so I don't know how it happened, but well, I'm here, and I'm here now, and I try to help the French community to have some informations about the game, because mostly it's in English, and our community manager Charles can't do it all by himself. So I try to help all I can.
Great, thank you. Let's go to Pullum. Same question.
Hi everyone. Et bonjour à tous. I first heard of Camelot Unchained. It was, I think, before the Kickstarter, and I read the fundamental principle that Mark wrote, and I just thought it was exactly what I wanted to see in an MMO, and since I couldn't find any other MMO since Dark Age of Camelot, able to hold me for more than a month, I just said it would be the last one, or maybe the last chance for us to have a good game, and that's why I decided to just give some of my free time to help develop that game in French, because that's what we're lacking at this moment.
Well, thank you. We certainly appreciate that. Okay, next question. What are you most looking forward to doing in the game? And we'll start with you again, Doria.
Perfect timing, as I was just drinking.
Swallow.
Okay.
Swallow first.
Don't go. No, okay. So, the thing I'm looking forward to the most is playing a stealther again, because I think the solo role in other MMOs suffered a lot during the past 10 years, and playing a stealth class has a really, really bad name or bad ring to it by now, with all the overpowered stuff that happened in World of Warcraft and other silly MMOs. So I'm really looking forward to playing a serious stealth class in an open world RVR environment again.
Okay, Pip My Brain, what about you?
Yeah, for me, man, I don't really decide what I want to play on the game yet. Too much choice and too much. I'm sure too much thing to do. So at the moment, it just there are all of the stuff.
All of the
City
things.
State just yes, just City State just show us every week. So at the moment, no choice. Maybe looking for a group play or guild play for something I lost in the whole MMO I play since Dark Age of Camelot, or sometime I passed on EVE Online. It's really to play with the community, not just play for yourself, for your. I don't want to say your ego, but ego. Sorry, but just share. I don't know, experience, adventure, playtime with other that I lost in the most. Don't want to say all the MMO I play since.
Okay, community, definitely. That's a really big one. All right, Pullum, how about you?
Yeah, I agree on that point. Community, and start to know some more people, because nowadays MMO are just more and more solo games, even if we are a lot. I love to call them now MSO, for massively solo online game. And yeah, we have some great example where you can be in a huge group for some known game, and you are in the middle of 50 person and you never spoke to any of them. So that's a terrible feeling, and that's what we lost, and what I hope I will find again here. And also there is another aspect that I loved in the past, and it was where the craft were meaningful. it was something difficult to do that only a small percentage of people were doing, and they could then share their work with all the players, and it was not some kind of sub-specialization that you had to do to just to get the one item ideal for your build. So here I hope you have the possibility to make just a shop and be known as a crafter, and maybe the best weapon crafter on your server. Yeah, and so that's one aspect. And the other one, because I'm still not decide on what I will do. My first choice was to craft some armor, weapon, or some material for my colleague, but I know I will also miss the rush of the fight when you are just going with a small group of people trying to find other small group of people, and yeah, just the epic battle that we can have, and we will have for sure in Camelot Unchained.
Right. Let's see. And you kind of talked a little bit about the class that you might be interested in, especially you, Poland, but I'm going to ask for the others who haven't really said much about that. You said that you wanted to play stealthers in Doria, and I've got crafters from Poland, but my brain hasn't really said. You just want to play everything? Is that what you said? Or are you going to pick one right now before you begin as an idea? Is your mic going again? There you go.
It's me. It's for me. Yes. No. I'm just a little lost with my English. So not everywhere, not everything. Sorry. I was more a support guy when I play game. I don't like to be the one on the front line or on front attention of people. I prefer to stay behind and help other. So I'm surely to play support.
Support, okay.
Mostly. But I'm very interested by crafting too. So if you need to play a lot in a craft to be efficient, so very very difficult to find a good balance between the both.
Gotcha. Okay, so how did you learn English? I'll start with you and Doria.
Well, that's quite easy to answer. First I went to school, then I became a nerd, and that's basically it.
Nerds know English by default, is that what you're trying to say?
Well,
'Cause all your
if
nerd
you're
games are
interested in computers and games, and at some point you start watching movies in English, you start reading books, you read so much. English is the universal language on the internet, and if you want to communicate with everyone, English is where you need to go.
We won't get Apollyon involved in that and how he feels a German film is much better. We'll skip that for today. And Pimp My Brain, let's go to you.
Just quote Andoria. So for the beginning, yes. So it's the same for most of people who don't live in English mother language country. So after I lived 2 or 3 years in United Kingdom for job with because my sister was here living here, and it's mostly there I really learned the language. Like a baby, you just listen at the beginning and try to catch the words, and after to play with it and try to
Gotcha. Well, reading
use
it and speaking it, very different things.
yeah
Which is
with
great.
and like you are your French charm work and people, so when you do a mistake it's not really trouble for me. But well, after but I learn a lot when I do some translation for the French community there in expedition mostly with the help of Mark, with all this unbelievable thing to find correct translation for in French is so
like the word
horrible.
folks.
So just thanks to Mark for that, but it's just awful sometimes. But well, it's like that.
Pullum, how about you?
Yeah, that's right. It teaches a lot when you are trying to get a proper sentence in French when translating some Camelot Unchained content. So I first, of course, like the two other one, we couldn't skip the school, so that's how I learned English, and I wasn't very good at it. Then I went to England once, and it wasn't really good after that neither. Then I went to the US twice, and after my first journey in the US, that's where I had my I was, let's say, I unlocked my next level in English. Yeah, I was there with a Texan speaker.
My.
That was just horrible. I couldn't even understand the name of the dog. Yeah, I was trying to imitate the sound I could hear, but it wasn't that. And just suddenly, I read the name on a street because it was the same name of the street, and then I realized what I was doing wrong, and then it started to become better. And like Doria said, once you are on the internet and just trying to communicate with people, you are just switching to English. I played Dota a lot, and my first team was a German team, so it was our language, and that's where I started to speak with people like every day, and then everything is going in the same way. TV show in English, games in English, and everything in English. So as I know, French are not. Most of French people are not comfortable with English. That's why also I'm trying to do something for the game and for my fellow gamers.
Excellent. So, talking about different words, what kind of challenges do you face when finding the right word for something? Sometimes we use some interesting phrases. And Doria, it's all you.
Okay. Well, the biggest problem is when it comes to certain phrases that are used in English but that are not common in German, or if there is a specific word for a single thing in English, but there's only one word in German for various things, and you try to catch the mood in lore. It's really, really hard to bring across the mood that Mark and Max put in the words without changing the meaning. That is really hard. If it's about some normal update stuff or a bit newsletter, that is rather easy to do, except when it's technical stuff like the build of the game. There is no real translation for build into German, but if you put it in a German sentence, it sounds really, really weird, and I'm not happy about it. But it's really not easy to do.
Pit my brain.
Sorry for me, I just have a cold, so I missed the question.
What?
Okay, I will just answer for that.
Yes.
In French, what is difficult is sometimes we don't use the same expression in English and in French. So you have first you are trying to translate it, and you see that it has absolutely no meaning in French, and the sentence is just a nonsense, and then you are trying to do some research and realize that that's an English expression. So from there, you are trying to get the meaning of the expression, and then the job, once you understand it, is to find the French expression that match this one. For example, in English, you are saying that when there is a lot of rain, you say it's rain cats and dogs. And in French, you say it rains rope.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's those little things that are hard to do. And the other one is when you are just always using the English word for a lot of years, and you just still use it in English when most people don't understand it. So that's where you have to force yourself to translate, to still translate the word and find the right translation in French.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find something interesting for people to look at while we're talking. Here we go. All right. So. Yeah, not that interesting. Not that interesting. Speaking of the Trello board, how does the process of translation work? It's just transitory. Yeah. Go through if we need stickers or not. But you know how the process works, Jory. Go through it.
We move it to the ready to be posted section for you to pick it up and spread it on Facebook.
Yeah. How about you? Pick my brain?
For us in French, it's a little different because we use Google Drive for the process of translation by the team. So first is to put, like say, the English news in a sheet of in a Google Drive. Sorry. And after people come with for the first translation, come with a certain color, or it's the blue one, and after a second person come to check to see if no grammar mistakes or orthograph mistakes, or is had some good meaning, so it's so the first person don't miss the meaning of the sentence, something else, and after 2 or 3 readings on that, when the first block of translation is made and put in a second phase, which is more for a clean one, to make a clean one, sure. And after you are the final one made, maybe 4 people read and check and make notes on other stuff, and after it's our community French Charles who decide if it's good or not to put in the website for publication.
Pullum, you and Pick My Brain work on that process similarly generally, but is
Yeah.
there anything you want to add?
Well, we are having more tools than in the beginning, and now, yeah, it's a bit more structured than in the beginning where I was just it was just me and Charles. So now we have to work together, and I think it's going more smoothly, but there is still place for improve. So yeah, we will just do our best for the next incoming translation.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. I just put it quite difficult because it's a lot of people who do the translation in French team, and of course everybody want to put their own meaning for a sentence. So we need to have find the correct or the consensus.
Yeah, because at some point we have too many. When we are alone, there is not a lot of choices. But when we are, the more we are, the more choices and good option there is. So we need to choose for the right one. And yeah.
Yeah. Hello. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we got you, Master Nag.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yay.
I can join you. Hello, everybody. Yeah, for the process of translating in French, used a little bit like a Trello board in the sense that we created several folders in the Google Drive, and we are moving the documents from one folder to the other. The first one is documents that need to be translated. Then the ones that got the first pass, then it's reviewed, and then it's ready for publication.
Okay, so last two questions. Any fun stories that you'd like to share that would be appropriate for a live stream? I am afraid to even ask. Doria.
And nothing appropriate here.
Well, fun story is the internal tested chat has been nagging me through the whole piece that I'm so appropriate on live stream while I am supposed to be the complete forum troll.
No, because you're lovely and you behave yourself in person. Always.
See, just look on Twitch chat. Here is Andoria's chat. So, well, I'm not sure how much of the forum stuff I can share, but one of the great things about the game is meeting many people I knew from before again. And one of the most fun stories is there is this a guy on YouTube, Cloaking Donkey, and I met him here again, and we found out that we used to play the same game together on the same clan. So I'm reunited with people I knew from before, and I think that's a really amazing thing about the internet and gaming.
Okay, Master Knight, do you have an appropriate story that you can share? If not, we'll skip to Pimp My Brain.
Not really. No, that I can recall right now.
Okay, Pimp My Brain and pull up.
No, I'm in the same state of like Master Naga. Not a lot of things to do. Just I'm not any of my friend in games who want to play save yet, or just to stay to see what's happened. If it's not a webware or it's a finished game at least. But no, I'm just here to help all I can for different stuff, translation, or with the team French translation, or by myself with Q&A or other stuff like that.
Okay, last question, and there's some of this in the chat too. How do people get involved if they'd like to help translate?
Well, first of all, it would help if you are already a backer of Camelot Unchained, because then you can simply go on the forums and hit me, myself, nickname Pandoria, or any other German translator you can find. There are a few like Tyrodan or Pendragon and Apollon right now. You will find us on the forum. Most of us have been mentioned in newsletters before, and you can contact us. We can explain to you the process of how to work, even on Discord, where we have our own channel, and we can give you an introduction into the process. And if you like to help, if you have the free time and you're confident that you can write good translations, we would be happy to have a few more helping hands.
just a dream. It's just a dream. It's just a dream. It's just a dream. It's just a dream. I don't wanna be found. I feel free when I'm lost. I don't wanna leave now.
gonna hook up the engineer cam and then I'm gonna come look and see what you're from. Well, actually, we'll see. We'll check it on light.
Yeah. Hopefully it happens. I was wondering if we had this. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yours to the whole laptop.
Did you see that laptop's disk was totally full? What? Racers. Did you tweet something on it? I didn't have to turn this on. Okay, I'll do it. Which, like you do. Trading items, everybody? Oh yeah, the asserts are all based on that. I don't know. Got what character? I'm gonna find you, and I want to see what happens if you put on a Viking and make it in the chest. Where are you? Maybe in the middle. Yes.
Did you move the laptop for stand-ups?
Yes.
What did you do with the power brick? Because it's not at either location.
I just unplugged it. It's over here. Fine, Goofy. I'll find you. I'm sure those are the other locations. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, not supposed to. You're very bad. Well, I'm pretty sure it's like. Yeah. Yeah.
Slash item. And, second day, I will come show you.
All your fans. Oh, Corey.
You assume that's a fresh room. You have what you need to solve.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick refresher for Dave on downloading it.
What happened? Lost connection. I started while I was picking up stuff, I had some of the lag, I need to pick things up, and then people started working on it.
I'll try and do it again today.
Well, I can definitely make that model stand. I think I'm still connected. I do that.
So, in particular,
I'm still receiving updates. I'm just not receiving updates about myself. Yeah. Which kind of makes me like wrong. Yes. Get started.
I know they did like kind of like showcase of it with somebody.
In particular, your character changes the track. Is that what it's like? Yeah. So long. Obviously, it's very long. So long as you're
Where's the revolver like? I mean, there's only like what? I want all of them. I want like 500.
Yeah, well, we could do now. Play the effects on it or something that shows for getting out of whatever. Make it transparent. Go ahead and work on getting us for now, a single new set for World State. Okay. And so we're going to hatchery and worm users World State on that database. Sure. And it needs to be latest on the okay. For now, we need another set. Probably a bit. So, we don't really need an in-office link to that though. So, yeah, we just have one.
Well, so I found a way to break it.
Break it.
Items.
All of them, they're all busted.
For me. I can't equip or unequip things. I gave myself 2 starter sets, and so now my inventory says like 2 of everything. Okay. And I keep getting a failed to drop item, failed to equip item.
Well, it sounds like there is a backlog of item things. Yeah. That's something. Wait, it's not updates. You can't affect the world at all.
0 self updates. So that broke my character.
In a new file.
Hi.
His entity is not updated.
It's Matt.
As far as I know. You've seen this before. Back in the day, when there's like something like
So, yes, Brian is the Viking in the background. Great big beard. I'm thinking, so, official story on the beard.
So I see other people moving.
I
Does this mean that I'm not
decided, just made me look old, so I got rid of the beard, and I'm going to keep the beard
Mark, do you see me?
off through my wedding on September 17th and through the honeymoon after. And as soon as I get back from the honeymoon, which is going to be roughly, I guess,
Yes.
September 25th, at that point it's no shave till ship. But I'm going to be clean shaven on my wedding day. Sorry guys, deal with it. Why not bearded honeymoon? No bearded honeymoon because I'm going to go someplace warm for my honeymoon. I'm going to go someplace with little umbrella drinks and white sandy beaches and, I don't know, some like incredibly obsequious person bringing me towels, and it's going to be great.
JK's reporting quickly just like JB had.
How old are you, Andrew? Yeah, I'm old. I'm older than I look. And that's saying something. So, anyway, I'm gonna get back into playing with archery and figuring out why I got my matrix backwards and everything is all twisty. You can see the vine I just posted, and I guess I'll flip it over and put some code up there if anyone wants to see it. Because hold on, let me wrangle some OBS for 1 second.
Waiting for position on server.
Self-update 0.
Every time I draw something down, every time.
Stuff is very tough to do. That's fun. I mean, it's just fine.
Yeah, self-updates. Yeah.
All right, we're good. Because I got
You can look at it.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
like your
Yep.
live engine.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. So I'm not necessarily going to be really conversational. I'm mostly just going to curse and be like, God damn it, why is this camera not pointing where I think it should point? But, you know, we do what we must because we can. Right now I'm just sort of spinning the camera around and trying to get a feel for what exactly is going on. And what this looks like to me is that camera is moving to the right place, but then the camera is going to the wrong place. But then the camera is pointing in the wrong place. Maybe. Just move this over here too. So you can see the code I'm actually looking at. Is anything calling this? Nothing's calling that. It should be calling that. So, follow camera. We want track player. Nice simple function that should be doing exactly what we want to do, but clearly isn't. Look at my local variables. Is set pitch and set yaw, and I'm just going to set the yaw to 0, set the pitch to minus 45, and then we'll get this stepped through, and let's just look at what's going on here. And yeah, player's facing due east, and I'm looking straight down at him. So now I'm going to turn the yaw to manually set the yaw to, let's say, 45 degrees. And here we are. Looking at 45 degrees, but we are 45 degrees off. So we're looking in the right direction, but we're misaligned from the player in a different direction. That gives us something to go on. I think it's time to switch this to a debug build. Just rebuild all the things. And we wait while we debug and build. She is the technical program manager of like 9 things involving graphics at Google. So that's WebGL in Chrome, that's Vulkan on Android, and a bunch of things that I cannot, I can't talk about. But yeah, she's gotten important. Let's leave it at that. And yeah, she is playing shows. Her band's still playing shows. She's going to get back from Frankfurt Thursday night, and then her band is going to play in DC on Friday night. Our lives are insane. So, alright. So now I got this built, and I go and figure out where I am subtracting off things in the wrong direction. Definitely what I'm getting is that I am pointing the camera in the right direction, but offsetting it from the player in the wrong direction. So go to track player, which is right here. Get the look target, player position, get the angles, get the target distance, and reset position. Well, that certainly seems okay. And as soon as the game comes up, we'll See why it's not okay.
This is the X processing processing.
So right now our yaw is at a nice crazy
So it's
45 degrees straight down on the yaw, 0 on pitch. And that's fine.
There's no spaces.
And forward points forward like I would expect. So let's set yaw to
Seems to indicate I can't find this. Saying that city or release folder.
1.5, which is pi over 2-ish.
The fact that there is no release is probably the problem, which maybe that vector update people.
And what is our forward vector now?
That we released wasn't going to leave it after the negative. Or go to the project settings and just change the build set and use debugger. Yeah. They should update them as build though, so we can also use the debug target.
See, now there's release of all.
Yeah. Debug on internal order. But use the next build for the debug one is actually building on the debug and then just try to copy the release, which is next copy needs to be updated.
Go up one level on this call stack. What is set pitch?
Yeah, so basically it's just yeah, that's or it's stuck playing with it.
And what are we doing now? Show me the bad.
I would think it would be a really
So why is it bad? So look target is still good. Forward is still good. And left is so set position right.
which is not an easy thing to find one. It's just power. We're building configurations with configuration of the project.
Like here, set reset the variables. I know you can't really see this, but
And same with the above it.
so reset the directions, position. Alright, reset directions is the one that's doing this wrong. Science.
Yeah.
So there's an old joke that getting graphics programming right is basically just about making an even number of sign errors. Because
For Patrick. Yeah.
they'll just cancel each other out if something's negative twice.
I'm not going to push it to Patrick. That's
That is what I have managed to do.
I will push it. I mean, wait.
Wow, look at that.
Okay, so I can submit it.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. If you build it that way with the
Everything looks the way it should.
That's very weird. So it's just not working on your machine.
Yeah, sure.
Restart the patcher. Restarting the patcher. Yeah. All right.
Holy crap.
Okay, so far so good. New camera is working just like the old camera. Which everyone knows and is familiar with. Of course, we don't have the pan camera, but that's a thing that we can do later. Or right now, I guess. Why not? Should be able to just spin around the character without setting direction. What is my screen bonus right now?
Okay.
95. Let's clearly not working. Bang.
Oh, I thought I pulled that one up over here.
Where do we set high start pause equals true? We set right there. That works.
This ability has this tag.
Additional breakpoints are my friends. So set when we're actually clearing that. And go. So don't clear start pause. Add a parenthesis. Everyone loves parentheses.
Am I right? Oh, I wanted to take.
I have the wrong sheet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your email said that I have to fix the question. I want the question.
It's a whole alphabet, so that might be these are all ones I think are good.
Good.
Yeah. If you think it's too many, put it down. Like it's a whole hour, and that gives you a long time to talk. So.
Where are the questions? Your email.
It's a shared document.
The link I have is deep in downstairs. Got it. All right. Yeah. I just wasn't. If you want something.
Sweet. Well, test was backwards, and now it's forwards.
That's fine.
Great.
Take the next one.
Do you want it to win it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, every group.
So I'm not sure I like how some of this stuff is working.
Huh? Like the exception is perfect.
It's doing okay. It's good enough for now.
Yes.
So I'm going to flip over to GitHub and commit my tiny little fixes. So then I have a baseline for the next thing, so that if everything goes wrong, you're like, oh no, go back to that. So, stupid fun fact, to Arcane Cloister, will Andrew's hat be in the game because I want my character to have one? My hat is in fact in March on Oz. It's one of the little things you can get for your characters you play. We'll find a way. We'll probably find a way. Let's see. Just catching up with
Oh, okay.
yeah, this is to answer Zubay's question, you're still going to be using some of the NVIDIA effects like grass and water. Yes, I'm less sure about grass. I am very sure about the water. Waveworks looks really good. There's also something that they have not officially announced yet that we've been working on doing some integration with. But there's something, it's really, really pretty. Unfortunately, I can't talk about it on stream, but they'll be showing it off and announcing it at GDC. Alright. And after GDC, we'll be able to turn it on fairly quickly. So, mentioning the grass was crazy with the squish effect and being able to track players and all, one of my big concerns, and something that, you know, ultimately does compromise a lot of graphics stuff for the game, is that we don't want to put in features where turning your graphics settings up or down gives you a gameplay advantage. That's a really hard thing to do. Like, you know, say something like, oh, well, just you could turn shadows on and off. But what does that really mean? So, say someone is running around just outside a keep wall, holding a torch, and you have shadows off. So you see and you're inside the keep. So you see the light from their torch, like, shining through the keep wall because there's no shadows, and that tells you information that other players don't have. And you know, likewise, like, well, you know, the grass draw distance, where if the grass interacts with players and gives you information about, hey, someone's moving through this grass, then that gives an advantage to people who, you know, have, you know, if you can afford, like, try SLI and turn your graphics settings all the way up so that the grass draw distance is out to 2 miles, that gives you a tactical advantage. And we really try hard to not get into situations where players have tactical advantages based on turning the graphics settings up or down. That's hard, but because there are a lot of things where I'd be like, you know, normally I'd just be like, oh yeah, that would look really pretty, let's put it on, and it's okay if people turn it off. But, you know, it could be something that leaks information, and that's what I try really hard to keep first and foremost. It's, you know, the gameplay, the graphics all have to serve the gameplay before anything else. So that is that's kind of the thing that keeps me up at night. So, let's see, other things. How about blood trails? Yeah, blood trails are. I'm not sure if you mean blood trails on the ground from, leaking that, hey, there was a person here, or if you mean things on the ground, like, or if you mean like blood's shooting out of people gloriously, like, Quake 1 style. So there've been some really interesting things we've been talking about with, like, especially the tracker classes, where it's not so much a cosmetic thing as certain players will be able to just see automatically that implication of someone ran through here. So that's why we're definitely thinking about things along those lines. But again, it's got to be something that's in service to gameplay as opposed to in service to art that accidentally affects gameplay. And Paramecium, we think a lot about that. Like, this is not my first rodeo. This is not Mark's first rodeo. This is not other Mark's first rodeo. This is not Brian's first rodeo. It's not Ben's. Like, there's a lot of players in this game or a lot of developers on this team who have spent a lot of time figuring out how to get advantages over other people. And that's not to say that like there won't be a way to make things prettier with a bigger, better, faster video card. But we really try and like focus the scalability of what makes things, make it prettier as opposed to give or take away a tactical advantage. Okay, so anyway, back to my camera stuff, and I'm going to start in on. This is part of a larger refactor of the camera system. What I'm going to start to be doing is pulling some other code out of the network window, which is the worst class in the entire client, and moving it into the camera. Just from the name network window, that tells you right there, like, wait, it's a window on the screen that manages networking, and that was something that happened way back during the Kickstarter, and no one's ever managed to fully defactor all of that. But right now I'm moving a lot of the input control into the camera control. And the reason that you're seeing that, the reason, for instance, that the camera is not turning when you do the keyboard stuff is that the camera is, half of that is right now in the network window and half of that is inside the camera control. And once I move it all into the camera control, then that'll work again. And then I'll have like exactly the base I need to implement other ways of other cameras that can plug in and out and let you aim up and down for archery. And I'm going to start that by grabbing some more caffeine. I will be right back.
Let's bounce it around.
No, nothing is represented yet. So where I come from, yeah, they're all very numbers. It's like,
Found it on the floor. It looked like animal. So.
See some artifacts right there? I don't think you've seen it. I was looking at the logo around. It's on a pixel. I thought. So it's in the right. It's like that makes you feel that place. I noticed that's
you would do like
yeah, I mean, I've got it. I was trying to check all of the players.
well, that's the goal, is that you'll be able to walk up to look at the fire or something.
That could be exactly that.
No.
Yeah, I remember what it was.
Okay, everyone, I want to thank you for joining us today with Tea with Jenesee and give you a little bit of a preview of what's up today. So at 1:30, we have Piercing the Veil, where your questions are going to be answered. MJ has written answers for you, and I will read them at 1:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 UTC, and 10:30 Pacific Time. So drop in to do that. And you want to make sure that you also come for Painting All the Things with Michelle, which is at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 p.m. UTC, and 12 o'clock Pacific Time. So I hope you guys had a good time this morning. Let me know in chat if you enjoyed yourself. Let's see. Turning off the music. Chatters, tell me. Y'all talking about the games you used to play. That's pretty cool. Okay. Yay! Thank you guys. So come back and make sure you watch in the afternoon. And I'll see you guys after lunch. Bye!